Okay, let's do this thing because honestly, I didn't know if I actually want to review this show tonight. But with all the surprise happening on AEW Dynamite tonight, I think I will review this show. Philadelphia, Philly, they were in the building tonight. We kicked this show off immediately with MJF calling Adam Cole. Basically, he finally left Roderick Strong's house after being there for 3 weeks, being held hostage for some reason, not even going to get his ankle fixed. But he ended up talking on the phone. Roderick Strong and the Kingdom pulled up with a giraffe in their hand, talking Adam. And then, basically MJF talked about Jay White then. He didn't really want to hear what Roddy had to say. They ended up showing the devil mask guy again, which we still trying to figure out who it is, folks. So we'll find out soon enough whoever is in the devil's mask and if it's MJF or that or somebody else. But we did kick off the show with MJF versus Juice Robinson for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Jay White coming on commentary later on in the match. There's really a lot to unpack in this whole segment right here, especially the first 30 minutes of this show. Okay, the match itself I thought was pretty good. This whole Diamond Ring thing, I'm surprised they're still continuing on with this after 4 or 5 years now they've been doing this whole thing. But MJF basically was able to win and beat Juice Robinson. I didn't think it was a bad match. He ended up fighting off, the Acclaimed, not the Acclaimed, but the Gun Club out there. Even doing the old kangaroo kick. But, he used the Dynamite Diamond Ring to take out Juice and the Gun Club, and he ended up hitting the Heat Seeker for the win. But right after that, the Bullet Club Gold ended up attacking MJF. But Roderick Strong and the Kingdom ended up coming out there just basically to watch and whatnot. But they did get in the ring and fight the Guns after that. After the ring was cleared, the Acclaim came out there and run off the Bullet Club Gold. So a lot of people out here in this segment and whatnot. Jay White basically got on the microphone saying, remember, I still have the title belt. This is the Bang Bang belt. So a lot of Jay White promos every week on this show. I can say that too. We got a lot of, talking time for Bullet Club Gold. But the Gun Club basically said, yeah, you won your Dynamite Diamond Ring back and all that, but we want a shot at the ROH tag titles at Full Gear. So I guess MJF will be working double duty that night. MJF agreed to this. I don't know if that was the smartest idea, especially as a face to agree to that. But especially when he's on his own, Adam Cole, we don't know if he will be back by Full Gear. But basically wants to get his hands on him, and he hasn't forgot about Jay White, and he says he hasn't forgot about that 8-man tag match. So he's gonna have a partner and whatnot. So if his team wins, he will get his title belt back from, Jay White until the pay-per-view happens. But right after that, Roderick Strong just starts yelling, Max. He says, you're right in front of me. I don't want to hear you. You're a bland bitch and all that. Then he ended up going to the Acclaimed, and he says, listen, Caster, I know you since you were 18, but, no, I don't want to tag with you, okay? It's not going to happen. And then Cash says, so there's a chance. And can you do the scissor thing and whatnot? And he didn't want to do it. MJF looked like he was going to do it, but left. I don't understand this Caster MJF thing. Everybody said, it's all on Twitter. You got to look what they said on Twitter. Listen, I've said this before. Whatever this Caster MJF thing is look like, if you didn't even read Twitter or whatever they may have it going on for the past few years, it looks really suspect. Okay? We see how suspect it has looked with Caster just build up on MJF, and I don't know, man. It's like a lot of people say, his partner's actually one that's actually gay. We know Caster isn't gay. So what's going on here? It makes no sense. It really doesn't. But they'll call it long-term storytelling because of Twitter and how many people actually paid attention to whatever they were saying on Twitter to each other. Really think about that. Then next thing you know, Kenny Omega comes out. And I guess that 13-day thing meant the title reign. That, MJF's reign will beat Kenny Omega's reign now in a few days now. And I actually thought it meant by Halloween when they said that last week. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I don't know why it wasn't explained last week. But Kenny Omega wanted a title shot, and he says he's better than him, and he wants it this Saturday at Collision, which honestly, this sounds like more of a pay-per-view match with MJF and Kenny Omega for the world title, which Omega even said 3 days, bitch. And I get why they're having this on Collision. because nobody's really paying attention to Collision like that nowadays. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Danielson's done a bad job on it. There's still a couple things to watch, but let's be honest, Collision has fallen off without CM Punk. It really has. The minute CM Punk was gone, that show started falling apart. So they need something to get some type of ratings or get people to pay attention. So having a world title match with MJF and Kenny Omega, which I feel like will be some screwy finish anyways, that at least is something to watch. It'll spark something of a rating. Sounds like more of a pay-per-view match, but I get why they got to do it on Collision. Right after that, they had a Wardlow video, basically talking about why he's been gone and whatnot. Not even about the title, but he's talked about how MJF, which I feel like everybody's after MJF now, it looks like. But MJF talking about, he wants that world title. He's going to take everything away from MJF, so I guess he's kind of being a little bit more heelish now. RVD, Philadelphia, so ECW in the building. We got Rob Van Dam back and Hook versus the Dark Order. Basically, this I could say it's another showcase match for RVD and Hook. RVD still has it. I have nothing really bad to say about him in general. Of course, he did the Van Daminator also onto, the Uno guy out there with the chair. Donald Stevens just stands in the ring and lets anybody run in the ring, which we see a lot of times, but I enjoyed it. Crowd obviously loved to see RVD out there, ECW, him and Hook, so good stuff out there. So it's not much I can say about this match. More of just, hey, we got Van Dam back in the ring again, so this isn't a one-time only thing. Hell, it's the third time we've seen RVD on AEW television, so big stuff right there. Toni Storm had another video, which I probably have to go watch on YouTube because I have picture-in-picture. I can never hear whatever these Toni Storm videos are going on with her short films and whatnot. Next, we had Tony Schiavone out there to bring out Darby Allin and Sting. Darby Allin's arm is in a sling now, given that, one, I guess was because of the match back in Wrestle Dream, but two, the guy was on some Nitro Circus show jumping off a damn motorcycle. It hurt his arm even more, which now I kind of wonder, is this guy even going to make it to full gear? Darby Allin's crazy. We already know that. Isn't this guy supposed to be climbing Mount Everest soon? I don't think he will now due to his arm being messed up, but if you knew your arm was messed up, why did you jump off a motorcycle and land on your shoulder? I saw that. Like, why? But, hey, Darby's crazy, so you never know what you're going to expect with him. But his arm is kind of messed up right now. But Sting talked about he's in Philly, and I'm glad Sting at least is in front of a crowd that looks full out there. Maybe they're in a smaller building. Instead of Sting talking to literally damn near nothing last week right in front of him, at least there was actually people to talk in front of this week. Because, man, given that, people already want Sting to go back to TNA now, to what I've seen, since that's coming back. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I don't think it's going to happen. But Sting talked about Darby as one of the best tag team partners he's ever had. He thanked Philadelphia. Just he has great history in this city. And, he'd also thank Tony Khan for even him to come back to wrestle just for a few more years and whatnot. But Sting, just talked about Schiavone wants the mic back, so I'm going to give it to him. The announcers laughed at that, just kind of laughing at Tony right there. But, Tony Schiavone talked about how 35 years ago, Sting put wrestling on the map on TBS. Fans chanted, "Thank you, Sting." And they had a gift for him. And I didn't know what this gift was going to be for Sting, honestly. I thought Tony Khan was going to give him something, but who do we got coming out? We got the Nature Boy himself, Ric Flair, making his AEW debut. So, woo! The Nature Boy is back again. I know he's been doing a lot of interviews lately, but Ric Flair in the building, AEW. I'm sure they paid him a lot to be there. I'm not surprised by that, but Flair was in the ring, and, there are moments that are magical. And, 35 years ago, him and Sting made history at TBS of Clash of Champions going against WrestleMania, that we went against each other for 55 minutes. And 35 years ago, and, that's hard to do and whatnot. But he said that Sting's one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of this business and one of the nicest guys he's ever known also. And he talked about he got the invite from Tony Khan just so he could be part of Sting's big retirement tour right now, which I won't, I said it ain't until March, until Revolution, I believe, at that point. But, he did the woo and whatnot, and Flair wanted to make sure he's there. Flair even started chopping Sting as they laugh. So, listen, folks, I don't think we're going to get Sting versus Ric Flair. I don't think Ric Flair is going to get in the ring. Well, he may get in the ring, but I don't know. He had a match last year. Don't be surprised if Ric Flair does it again. But I don't know if a lot of people want to see that, though. But as Ric Flair was out there, Christian Cage's music hit. The Christian Coalition came out. Talked about Tony Khan's a billionaire, and this is a gift. You know, you could have given Sting a suit, maybe some chains, or a black liver or something like that. And then he talked about Ric Flair. 20 years ago, you're still not dead and whatnot. And everybody started to chant. Well, he says, there is no God, because if there was a God, Flair would have been dead 20 years ago, as he said. Fans chanting, "Fuck you, Christian." And he says, yeah, we are in Philadelphia and whatnot. Christian basically talked about Darby's arm. How's it feeling? You losing grip since you lost in your hometown. Well, that thought. Phone's always ringing. I always got the phone ringing for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. It's always when I'm doing a review. But, yeah, like I said, Christian's still talking about Sting and, how if you even have a partner for Full Gear. Because, yeah, you got 3 people, but Darby's hurt. And, Flair's one super kick away from, his pacemaker going off. So you have to find some partners at Full Gear. Sting acted like he was sneezing, say he's allergic to jackasses. And he says, I'm going to find a partner at Full Gear, which I already know what's going to happen. It's going to be Sting, Darby, and Edge versus the Christian Coalition out there. So that's what I'm going to see happening. But overall, I thought this was a very good segment. It was great to see Ric Flair out there. Like I said, on AEW now. So that was pretty cool. Him and Sting and Christian Cage just, going full heel on everybody out there. Flair and the crowd just giving, Christian Cage that heat. So great stuff. They did a sit-down interview with Chris Jericho next. Jericho talked about Hobbs and Don Callis and his family and whatnot, and wonder what he has to do, that he needs to be more stronger and intense. He needs to have some revenge. And, Hobbs is a big guy. And, Callis has a lot of friends. But Jericho says he has big friends also. So he needs to go make some phone calls now. Why do I have a feeling it's going to be Big Show? I just have a feeling it is. I don't know. Next, the ROH 6-man tag titles. The Elite versus the Hardys and, Brother Zay now, or Isaiah Cassidy. Why did the Hardys have a title shot? Why is this a match? I don't really care. This was a waste of time. The crowd was somewhat polite or plausible to this. I like the Hardys. Hell, I like Jeff. But why is he in this match? Why did we need to see this? Who really cares? Like, literally, who cares about this match? It's just like, it was there just because. The Hardys, I don't even know what they've done lately. You get a title shot. The ROH 6-man, the Elite, I just don't care for obvious reasons. But still, why should anybody care about this? Why? The Elite won, so whatever. They pinned Isaiah Cassidy. I don't know. But next thing you know, they go to Swerve and Prince Nana, who ran up in Hangman's house, which makes me wonder where his wife was throughout this whole segment, since they went to his kid. But excuse me. They start going through his fridge, saying he's got no taste. I guess it's just easy to run up in folks' houses like this without any alarms going off. And they got the camera, and they got the TV, and then they end up going to, I guess, his kid's bedroom and whatnot, the baby, and left a t-shirt there. It's going to be a reminder that, this is all your dad's fault. So, dark stuff out here we got tonight. A lot of darkness. Running up in folks' houses, talk about people are going to be dead. Well, Christian talks about everybody being dead almost every week, but, Swerve running up in niggas' houses now. That's what we doing, folks. I thought they would have moved all this and Swerve would be doing something bigger, but great stuff from Swerve there. Did not care about the 6-man tag. Edge was supposed to do an interview next until Sting and Darby showed up, talking about, how Edge, you came here to be with your friend and whatnot, and all that, but Sting said, you got your blinders on right now. You need to get your friend back. Listen, I've been on the road with Lex Luger. I learned from the dirtiest player in the game out there. And I know guys like Christian, all right? You need to open up your ass before it's too late. Get it together, all right? You need to think. Stop messing up. You need to stop before it's too late. So Sting trying to motivate Edge and which basically say he'll be in that match, but you cannot trust Christian. You think it's all going to be good coming in here. You won't fight him. He's going to turn on you at any second. So Maybe Sting gave him words of encouragement. In the depth spot, we had of the time frame of this show, Hikaru Shida and Ruby Soho versus Ruby Soho versus Ruby Soho for the AEW Women's title. I have no idea why Ruby has a title shot. It was a good match, even though Ruby, she tried to cheat to win, but the referee almost saw it. She used a spray can. Shida uses a shield. Shida won, so I'm not surprised by this. Toni Storm and somebody else came out then. I didn't even know who it was that was with her in some suit. I assume Toni Storm will get a title shot next because her gimmick is over right now, and Shida will be a transitional champion. MJF was getting his elbow checked until Samoa Joe saying, like, you need friends right now. I'm going to watch your back. MJF kind of thought about it. He didn't want to answer him now, and Joe told him to think about it. So, still ready to have Joe win the title, but maybe that'll happen one day. But Joe's still going after the title. So, yeah, everybody's after MJF right now. In the main event, we got Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli versus Kazuchika, Okada, and Orange Cassidy. Listen, I get why Okada is here. Yes, payback on Danielson for what happened back at Forbidden Door. And I get it. He's in the main event. Why do they have him teaming with Cassidy? I don't know. I feel that this is a waste. I'd rather have him team with Omega out there. It made sense back at Wrestle Kingdom. That was cool to see. Seeing this, why? I don't know. But I have to remember Cassidy is in Chaos, so I guess that counts. But hey, I'm just glad to see Okada, even though I would have given him a way better tag partner than this. I don't even know why Moxley isn't in this match, but apparently he's supposed to be in Japan next week. I'll get to that in a second, or he's still concussed. I'm not even sure. But listen, I'll admit, I enjoyed this match for what it was. Okay? I was glad to see Okada in the main event. I was glad to see Okada and Danielson back out there beating the hell out of each other, which I think it may be a rematch in Wrestle Kingdom possibly, but hey, I don't know. But it was what it was. I know in the end, Cassidy hit Danielson with the orange punch. Okada hit the Rainmaker on Danielson. Claudio ended up taking out Okada with the uppercut. And then uppercutted Cassidy for the win. And now we'll get a title shot against Cassidy next week. I don't really want to see it. I don't really care. Was it in Louisville next week, I believe they said? I'm sure Cornette will go on a rant about that. That'll be hilarious to listen to. But the only thing that was kind of weird about after this match was, okay, Danielson and Claudio won, but like Okada once again left his mark. Like you broke the man's arm a few months ago back in June. Now, like, I fucked up your arm, now I fucked up your face. And Danielson's holding his jaw and whatnot. And then you see, like, Chaos coming out there, the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club. And, like, everybody's having to stare down there with each other out there. And Danielson is just on the ground, and Okada is mocking him. So, a little weird in that post segment of this match. Do I think it'll be Okada versus Danielson again? Yeah, I think it will be. And Wrestle Kingdom, like I said a couple minutes ago. Because the way he was taught to them, that's like it's going to happen. I don't think Danielson was injured right here, or he was just really selling good. I'm not sure. But, they had, Hook and Yuta going at it, and everybody's just kind of looking around, and Mox, and, like, it's a little weird at the end with this big stare down and stuff. After, they got doctors checking on Danielson, so I don't think he was hurt, but yeah, Okada just stared at him and whatnot, so we'll see what happens with that, if that happens again. Overall, though, I'm sure with all these surprises, maybe the ratings will go up this week, but a lot of big surprises on this show. Or big names, really. You have RVD. You have Ric Flair. You have Okada. So, they were pulling out something tonight for AEW and whatnot. So, I didn't think the show was bad, though. Actually, a bit better than last week, but it had its parts. And I think it was because of the names they had on this show tonight. They had people paying attention. So, yeah. Other than that, that's all I got to say about Dynamite this week. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hood890. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and check out my Bound for Glory 2023 review, which is online right now. So other than that, I'll see y'all then. Peace out.